Our next guest is the co-founder and CEO of the WIE Network, the annual women's conference dedicated to empowering a new generation of female leaders. And over the years, her symposiums have featured luminaries like Nancy Pelosi, Melinda Gates, and Donna Karan.
Whoa,
wow.
That's impressive.
Right.
Well, here to discuss the conference, which begins this weekend, is friend to the show, Dee Poku.
Welcome.
Dee, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be back. My family.
Yeah, that's right.
So each year you choose a central theme for the conference. What's this year's theme?
This year's theme is the female advantage. It's a very important one to discuss. So it has sort of two elements to it. One is that women, particularly in the corporate world, are often told they're too much of this or they're too little of this. Like they're too aggressive or they're not aggressive enough. So we're never sort of quite right. And what we're saying is everything that you are as a woman is actually very important in business today. And there have been books written about it. There's a recent book called The Athena Doctrine, where he did a lot of very rigorous research that showed that women, so-called feminine traits like collaboration, a lack of sort of crazy risk-taking, sort of empathy, that those are really important in business and that they help drive businesses forward. So we're saying that as a woman, own who you are and that you can be successful without having to change that.
Because there was this notion, particularly in the 80s, that you had to play like a man, the giant shoulder pads, the male suits. And you're saying that women should take advantage of their God-given talents, if you will, and use that in the corporate world to advance their careers.
Yeah, and I think it's going to help more women get to leadership positions today because they won't be worried about how to lead and whether they're leading correctly, whether they have to be something else or be more masculine, that actually everything that they are already is what's required and they just have to be authentic and play to their strengths rather than trying to sort of be in a kind of, whatever it is.
And perceive them as strengths, not as weaknesses.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's great advice for women at all levels of the workforce. It's great.
Yeah,
it's very true.
It is, it is.
Okay, so we mentioned some of the high-profile attendees in the past. Nancy Pelosi, Melinda Gates, Donna Karan, I mean, the list goes on and on.
Love them all.
Which bold-faced names can we expect this year?
It's exciting.
Other than mine, of course. I'm moderating a panel, so.
Number one, Lola.
Oh, well,
my girl. I have to always.
I had to beg for that one.
Oh, see.
Yes, thanks for the check I received. So we have Tyra Banks,
very nice.
who is fabulous. And I think, it's great to have women like Tyra because there are so many great models, beautiful models, but Tyra has become such a successful businesswoman that she managed to leverage all that she is by playing to her strengths and by being authentic. And so we want to hear from Tyra about what her journey was, how she got to where she is, and the sort of, the hurdles as well as the successes, and how she overcame obstacles. So that'll be very exciting.
That's a huge get.
She's great. She's so fabulous. I think she's going to enthrall the audience. We have Katie Couric.
Really?
Who we love.
Look at you, Dee.
I know. She's co-hosting. Katie Couric is my co-host this year, which is great.
Very nice.
Yes, very good.
Okay, so walk us through exactly what will happen at these symposiums. You have these huge names, but will they be giving speeches, panel discussions, what else?
So we have panel discussions, and we have some really, really great topics. So, and they're all designed to help women feel empowered, but also to learn, so that they leave the conference feeling revved up, but also armed with new skills that are going to help them in their lives and careers. So, for example, we have a panel called Think Outside the Box, which is all about creativity and how to harness your creativity. And interestingly, in the advertising world, only 3% of creative directors are women, which is
really
bizarre
3%?
To me.
Yeah,
only
astounding.
3%. It's ridiculous.
Because we all know that women do most of the purchasing out there.
Yes,
even
and we're
for
very
their
creative.
families. Exactly.
Yeah. So we really want to explore that. So we have some women who are very successful in the advertising industry talking about one, why there's a dearth of women, but also how to be creative, how to sort of harness those skills, and how to use that to sort of help you in your career. We also have things like executive presence training, which is very important.
Explain that.
Yes. So if you want to be successful, if you want to lead, you need to have presence in the workplace that allows people to that sort of allows people to sort of respect you and to follow your lead. and a lot of us don't possess that naturally, you know, and actually I think a lot of women are team players. So it's all about sort of leading with authority and sort of seizing the reins, showing your strengths, you know, and motivating people around you.
But
and,
how do you go about doing that without being perceived as the B word? I'm sure that's one of the things that this panel will tackle.
Yeah, I think that, you know, you don't have to sort of change the woman in you, you know, and still lead. So you can still be empathetic to people. You can still support your team. You can still be encouraging. But at the same time, you have authority. You have the courage of your convictions. You make good, quick decisions. You're communicative. So there, you know, there's a balance which. Our trainer will teach you.
Oh, that sounds exciting. It sounds like you've put a lot of thought into this process. So what is it like coming up with these type of panels, with the guests, with just this whole undertaking? It seems massive.
Yeah, I love it.
Really?
Well, right now I'm really tired.
Right, it seems like it would be stressful.
It's quite tiring.
But you're a new mom and you're juggling a lot.
I'm juggling. I'm juggling. So, you know, that part's, you know, it's a challenge, but I'm rising to it. But I love it, and it just puts me into contact with some incredible women, and it's really great to put the program together and to solicit opinions from friends and colleagues and just hear what's important to them in the programming. So this is really, you know, it's a program that's put together for me, for my colleagues, for my friends. So it's really personal, you know, and it will help any woman who is at a crossroads or just looking for that little bit of a boost, or who just wants to kind of come and enhance her skill set, learn some new things. It's, you know, there's something there for everybody.
Now, before the world of philanthropy, you were a major Hollywood player. I just want to mention some of the films that you worked on.
Yes, I was.
You were, yeah. Pat yourself on the back, girl. You oversaw the movie campaigns for films like No Country for Old Men, Lost in Translation, Brokeback Mountain. So why leave Tinseltown?
It was time. It's interesting because I've been asked a lot what success means to me. And there was definitely a time when success meant the big corporation, the corner office, the team, the corporate car, the handbags. That was, you know, all those sort of traditional trappings of success were really important to me once. And then just things changed. You know, I evolved. I just became more aware of what was going on around me, and I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to play my part in sort of changing things that I perceived as as sort of wrong with our world. So it was just a kind of a slow evolution, and I just I had an epiphany, and I thought, you know what, I don't know that I want to be head of a studio, and I don't really mind, I don't need to hang out with celebrities or film stars, and it's just not that important to me. And this is so much more fulfilling, and I meet amazing women every day, and I'm introduced to amazing women every day. I've lost all my male friends because I'm trying to keep up with the women that I meet. So it's just been a life change, but I wouldn't have given that up for the world. It's really helped me actually craft this conference. All those skills I learned, the marketing skills, the relationships I built, were really, really key. And I had a great time. So, I loved it, and this is just a new phase in my life.
It sounds like you need to be on one of the panels talking about following your dreams and your passion, stepping out on faith. That's great.
Yeah.
So how do our viewers get to be a part of this conference?
So you go to our website, which is wienetwork.org, and you buy tickets, and we still have a few tickets left, but move
How much
quickly.
are tickets?
So tickets are $275 for 1 day and $500 for 2 days.
Okay, and it's a weekend event.
And it's a weekend event, so it's Friday and Saturday, and we have a fabulous closing party.
And where's it going to be held?
It's a venue called Centre 548. It's in Chelsea.
Okay.
So
Chelsea,
yes, it's not very far. And it's a stunning venue, really beautiful, all white with great big windows. It's going to be very, very chic. So you'll be learning and feeling good.
Ooh.
And the most important question of the day, what about the guys? Can we come too, or is it just for the ladies?
Yes,
okay.
we must.
No, you can't come.
It seems like helpful advice for guys as well.
There is definitely a lot there for guys. And, it's a very unisex conference.
Okay.
It just happens to be a lot of women there, but everything that we talk about is, is applicable to men and women. And so we don't spend the whole conference sort of banging on about, you know, there's no sort of woe is me element to it. It's really sort of positive and just about how we acquire the skills that we need to be successful in life.
Some empowering
yes.
stuff.
So come on down.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Dee Poku, thank you so much. I'll see you this weekend.
Now wait, when's your panel?
When is my panel, Dee?
Your panel is on Friday. I think it's at 4 p.m.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
So right after the show, we'll come check her out too.
Fabulous.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.